And just like that, we have a new Prime Minister. In this video, I'm going to be covering how Rishi Sunak becoming Prime Minister of the UK will impact the pound, where pound is heading next, and how we can all capitalize on that together. Stay tuned. What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the channel. Sunak becoming Prime Minister. Does this mean we should be buying these pound dips, or simply looking to sell the rallies? As we know, both on the 2nd and the 3rd of November, we have the Federal Reserve and the Bank of England scheduled to raise rates. That is definitely going to strengthen both the pound and the dollar. The question is, who is stronger and which one should we be fading? So without further ado, what everyone's waiting for, let's hop on the charts. Let's run through where pound is going to go. More importantly, how we're going to make money off of it. Stay tuned in this video. See you all there. Thanks. Right, as we know, before we look at anything else, we have to look at dollar. And looking at dollar right now on the hourly, we can see prices held up and supported very, very nicely around this 112 handle. After the Bank of Japan intervened on Friday, we did have a market-wide outflow of dollar, causing that sell-off on the dollar. As we know, on the 2nd of November, the Fed are raising rates. It is scheduled at 75 basis points. So we want to keep in mind that we are going to expect that dollar strength. So looking over at GBPUSD, we can see that yes, although we had this market rally on Friday due to the MOF intervention with the yen, which caused a market sell-off in the dollar, we did have that rally in pound. Now, early hours of this morning, when the market actually opened last night, we did have that gap. We had about an 80 to 90 pip gap on cable, and pretty much pound yen and pound Aussie are much larger gaps than that. But my main focus is GBPUSD. So looking at price on cable, we can see today has been a fairly slow sort of day. We have come to fill the gap. Now, how I'm thinking about this is, we know Rishi Sunak was a chancellor before. We know he has his head screwed on, right? We know he's not going to go out there and cut taxes like mistrusted, which obviously led her with no one backing her. Right, she got the quickest vote of no confidence in history in Parliament. So I do expect Sunak to be more aggressive. I do expect Sunak to come in a little bit more firmer to reiterate that, yes, you know what, maybe we have to raise taxes. Maybe I have to work with the Bank of England to tighten spending. Maybe that's what I have to do. And that's the only way he's going to get the UK out of the mess that it's in. It's the truth. So looking at pound, I want to be assisting that sort of positive momentum from Sunak. So I do think for myself, it is going to look anything along the lines of possibly buying these pound dips, right? Possibly buying these pound dips. I do like 112.50, right? To possibly buy this back up to 114.50. So you're looking at a 200 pip trade if I am trading the strength, or even if we were to start averaging our way in now, possibly add a long position from where we are. Tuck our stops briefly below my area of interest of 112.50 should price worst case scenario come into that. And I'm looking for 114.50 at the very least. So either way, you still have a 3-to-1 risk reward, risking 50 pips to make 170. This then runs in line with pound strength. That's all. I need to remember and factor in that dollar strength is possibly going to be there. Worst case scenario, into, I would say, Wednesday, Thursday, we might have dollar lower because of what's happening in the UK, because of the intervention from Japan. Dollar's on the back foot. No one cares about dollar. Until the latter half of the week, in my opinion, when you start seeing that dollar strength come back. So we could see anything along the lines of pound trading higher, 114, 114.50. And then looking on the higher time frames, we can see this is such a level. Such an important level, which is more than likely going to be a break or bounce for the pound. Now, whenever you are trading these macro and fundamental news releases, you want to know that what's happening now with Sunak will more than likely price in over the next couple of days, which could give us strength in the pound, which ahead of the FOMC, if we want to be dollar bulls and we want to buy dollar, we may have that opportunity in selling something like GBPUSD. Euro USD, Aussie dollar. Those opportunities will be there should we want to fade that pound strength. So you always want to put them two on a seesaw and ask yourself, if you had to choose one side of the seesaw, what do you think will weigh stronger than the other? in my opinion, I remain a dollar bull. It's not going to change for the foreseeable. I don't see it changing until the Fed pivot. With the current information that we have at hand, I do then like possibly getting involved in this strength short term, right? Possibly on the lower time frames, capitalizing on a good 60, 70 pip run. Why not? Free money, right? Capitalizing on the strength to the upside. But then zooming out and realizing that, okay, if this volatility does price in to the pound, it gives us short opportunities for that dollar strength. So I don't want to confuse you. I just want to reiterate that ahead of everything that's going on right now, we may see this price in to the pound, but then you want to put the dollar and the pound next to each other and ask yourself, what do you favor? If Sunak does come out more aggressive, it may be negative for the pound short term, better for the pound on the long end. Why I say that is in politics, it's very, very hard to keep both the people and the economy happy. Something Liz Truss tried to do was keep the people happy by cutting taxes, but then she ruined the economy. When she tried to fix the economy, she didn't keep the people happy. So it is a very tough position to be in terms of being a political leader, because unfortunately right now Sunak has to do what's right for the economy, even though the people might not like it in the short end. Could that be in raising taxes? Could that be in a tighter fiscal plan? No one knows, right? That plan will be announced more than likely at the end of the month or early November. So you got a lot of things happening right now. So in my opinion, get ready to see a short-term relief rally in the pound, but then constantly remind yourself of where dollar is. Should we have a dip lower on dollar, maybe a little bit of a dip lower below this level of support, looking at this on the 4 hour, there is still room to the downside, right? If we were to draw our fibs on, there is still room to the downside. We have rejected from the 61 once. We could possibly reject from it again. Should the market come back and have a fib within a fib, which is the market just repositioning itself, that simply means we may have 111.50 on the dollar index once again, which then will give us a higher pound dollar, so GBPUSD. So if that does happen, and we do have a higher pound, then it gives you the opportunity to capitalize on the short-term strength now. Let's fix this access. There we go. Right, we might have a short-term relief rally on cable, but then the long end short-end opportunity on short-term opportunity to the downside. So I hope this hasn't confused you in any way, shape, or form. What I am just saying is, to summarize, we may have a relief rally in the pound, and that might give us short opportunities into the start of November. So use this strength and this optimism that's going to price into the pound now to your advantage, and then let that give you a better risk reward to the downside should that trade come out too. So for myself, more than likely looking for some cable longs right now, and then looking at shorting it from 114, 114.50 should the market get up there, get to those levels. But that's pretty much it from me. As you know, this is not financial advice, just my personal point of view. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Do like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.